cultures have been mixing and meeting since the beginning of its history. Well, tourists come to Malaysia because to know more about the heritage of Malaysia and apart from any other places in the world. Therefore, to ensure the foreign tourists to be given the right information on our uniquely diverse heritage, we also need a good platform for them to get information and the community to implement that. Wanting to know about that? Join me in conversation. Hello. With me today is Ms. Irina Lu, a founder of B Tourist and also the president of Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association. Welcome to the show. How are you, Irina?
Thank you. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So, B Tourist, can you explain a bit about the background of this?
B Tourist is actually started in 2011. So the reason why we want to have this group of people named B Tourist, because we feel that in tourism sector, you have a different role of responsibility. So not only the travel agent or the tour operators, the governments, and I think even the tourist himself or herself, they should know their responsibility too. So we're trying to promote the tourists to have a better understanding when you visit the country, okay, when you visit the country, that if you can know a little bit more in depth about the culture, practice, and then you tend to be like appreciate. So when you appreciate their cultures, that's where you can talk about respect. So when you have the respect, that's where you can help us to sustain our culture or our heritage.
Okay, so just to get a clear mind about this, B Tourist and Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association, or MWTGA, is a separate entity altogether?
Yes, it's a separate, yes.
And it's not to say that the association handles on the B Tourist, or maybe you can explain a bit about the association?
Okay, for Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association was officially formed was 2007. So at that time, we just solely concentrate on women's welfare. Of course, they have to be a female tourist guide.
Okay.
And they just partly also helping them to renew license. And also whenever the members are encountering some problems, that's where MWTGA will come in. And also we do involve in training for the women tourist guide. But our training is not restricted just only the female, but we do welcome male guides. Except the ordinary membership, we have to open for women.
Okay, and then, all right, there are some elements of tourist services and products which, tourism services and products. Why do you choose to promote the Malaysian heritage through guides?
Through guides, yeah, Malaysia heritage through guides. Because I think guides, when we train a guide, they're supposed to be understanding their role play. They are the host, they are the ambassador. So I think they were the perfect person that to be a tourist guide, not just only taking the tourists, you know, I mean, you're already giving the informations for the tourists, but at the same time, if you can go in depth a little bit into not just touch and go and give a little bit details about the cultural practice and also the how the formations of our country, like from through the history point of view, and from the, when you talk about the word heritage, it could be from cultural, it could be from food, okay? And that's why I think tourist guide is the best person should promote the Malaysia heritage.
So they're like the ambassador of the country.
Yes, yes.
All right, and then let's talk about the one of the most prominent product or services of B Tourist, which goes into Malaysian Heritage Walk. So can you explain about that?
Okay, when we started, you see, when you want to do something, you must have a starting point. So we've been thinking of where to start. Okay, so let's take some challenge, because Kuala Lumpur is oftenly, people have the perception is I come to this capital for Petronas Twin Tower.
All right.
Okay, for shopping, and maybe some luxuries, you know, things to offer. Then I was thinking that if I can bring the tourists to understand from the past and until the present day, so who actually forming up, who actually developing this city, I think that will be great. Because in 2009, I was given a chance to work, my office was in Museum Telecom, okay, in 2009. And this where I, being a Kuala Lumpurian, been staying here for the city for so long,
Okay.
I don't even like really look into the old part of the city of the Kuala Lumpur. So the whole 2009, I was keep walking around, and I started to fall in love. So that's where I feel if I'm a Malaysian, I mean I'm a Kuala Lumpurian, and I'm a tourist guide. If I find this city is so fascinating about the old part of the city, why can't we introduce to our
And share it
tourists?
with the
And
tourists.
share it to them.
Okay.
So that's where 2010 we're thinking, okay, let's take the challenge, because everybody think Kuala Lumpur is just modern things to offer.
All right.
So let's bring them back to approximately about 150 years ago. So what happened? So we re-alive the history back.
Okay, so are you saying that this Malaysia Heritage Walk is somehow like a walking museum in which you're telling stories, you're telling the history of Malaysia?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
it's actually a walking history. True, it's true.
Okay.
So we walk around, we show them the sights, we tell them the history, so they can still visual. Because today the tourists, nobody just enjoy listening only.
Yes.
So they want something that they can feel, they can touch, they can capture. So that will make them more exciting about. So that's why we choose to do this walking tour. But of course, the trail you have to really design with the storyline. The
Okay.
storyline is very important. Otherwise, it will become very, I would say that very, how should I
Mixed
put it?
up or-
Very messed up, yes, very
Yeah.
messed up. And then you don't get. So when you bring them, so you have to actually pointing out A to Z, how you started and how you ending. So in between, you give them some interaction.
Okay.
Interaction is very important today because nobody just want to be standing there and listening to you. That's it. But
Okay.
people like to interact it, such as that's why we bring them to the religion places. So and also get them a better understanding. Don't think this is called superstitious. Don't think this is called like some bad impression just because of you hear from somewhere or you read from some news.
Okay.
So we want them to understand the harmony. So how we maintaining our harmony is through our religion because we respect one another. So that's why we also impose some food. Why food? Because we want them to understand the Malaysian way. Because today you might have food like looks like from influence from Chinese, maybe from Indian, or when you use the word Melayu, it could be like Sumatranese,
Alright.
very strong influence into that. But we want them to understand, yes, originally they could be from these other places, but today we have our Malaysian way of cooking. And then, I mean, let's face the facts. Everybody enjoy food.
Yeah, of course.
So even you can't possible just to make the tourists keep walking, and not having a resting place. So then we applying some food elements into it
Okay.
and let them more appreciate our Malaysian culture.
So we have religion, we have food, and I will say that the exposure will
The historical sites.
Yeah, will enthuse the spirit of loving the place of
Correct.
Malaysia. That I will
Yes.
say that it goes into that eat, pray,
Okay,
and love.
That's right. That's
Great,
right.
great, wonderful. Is this the first program or service offered in Malaysia?
This kind of concept, maybe some other part they do also, but they don't do us like, don't really like us. It's a daily activity.
Daily
You
activity.
see, so we welcome them. It's like, I mean, of course, we have a schedule.
Okay.
We do have the schedule. So based on the schedule, if it's the tour is still able to accommodate them, because we have control capacity.
Yeah.
'Cause
Does tourists need to book beforehand?
yes, they have to book. They have to book. For
All right.
example, like you see, when we do the walking tour, you cannot be just popular and then people like it and then you keep accepting. So
Okay.
we have a control capacity up to 12 packs.
12
That is the
packs
maximum
at one
for the individual groups.
Okay.
Unless we know that they are from like a special interest, example, they could be from the group of students,
Okay.
they could be from the group of company. Like recently we do handle some MICE group. Example, they came here for meeting, attending some convention. So they want some like a special arrangement for these particular participants. They wanted to do the evening walk. That
see.
we can accommodate. I call it special arrangement.
Okay.
An example, like some families, they are actually family gathering. I do receive a lot of Filipinos family.
Okay.
They came like group of 8 and 10. So they doesn't want to, mix with the individual tourists, with the others. So they want to have like a special family trail,
Okay,
for
like
them.
intimate group. For them.
Yes, so
you
we
have
tailor.
like a few groups at one time.
we might have few groups at one time.
All
yes,
right.
correct.
Well, since you say that tourists need to book it beforehand, then
Yeah.
yeah, we have viewers among tourists in here. So what are the channels for them?
At this moment, we are using email, which is
Okay.
called btourist@ymail.com.
All right.
Okay, BETOURIST as link word @ymail.com. So at this moment, it's only this channel. So our website is actually coming up. So
Alright.
it should be on between April to May. You're able to see our website. So you can do an online booking from there.
Okay. And then, all right. So how do you work with the Ministry of Tourism? Is there, yeah, because after all, this is like a tourism industry that you're
Yes.
dealing with. So how do you get involvement with them?
Involvement like promoting these products?
Yeah, or maybe assistance from them?
Okay, at this moment, when we do the setup, of course we do like provide our some products and even like pamphlets, flyer. Because currently I don't really printing out our own pamphlets.
Okay.
So our pamphlets is all in the city map, means
All right.
KL city map. So you will see some advertisement on there.
Okay.
And the other one is we do provide some. I mean, they do ask before, like in KL office. Those Tourism Malaysia KL office, like in Matic, they do call us up, and in KL Central Information Center, some information center, they do call us up. So when they call us up, this is where we provide them, we just emailing them.
Okay.
Because we don't, how should I put it? We kind of like, I think Malaysia is kind of like, we are moving towards some environmental friendly.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't really provide flyers, pamphlets, and so on. So whoever interested, we do emailing.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah.
We do emailing to them. Yeah.
Okay. So so where are you based in though?
Currently, the office center is at Central Market Annex. It's just behind Central Market building.
Okay.
But oftenly people
That's a tourist spot already.
they're already a tourist spot.
Yeah.
But also we encounter a problem. People couldn't locate because of we are at the back.
I see.
We are at the back. So Central Market, everybody aware, but not Annex.
So how do you channel the tourists to come all the way from that Central Market area to Annex Gallery?
Okay, if they contacting us through the email, usually we will support them with the location map.
Great.
And also the descriptions on how to get there. So currently, we also, thanks to Central Market, the information counter, the ladies, whoever sitting there, they also will be helping us, assisting us that if there's someone looking for tourists or someone wants to do the Malaysia Heritage, so they will direct them.
Great, great. Okay, so for this Malaysia Heritage Walk, definitely tourist guide is the most important element in the service. So how do you deal with that? How do you train your tourist guide, and how do you cope with the, we have a lot of things happening, and then of course that you need to deal with a lot of, the characters and all those things. So how do you deal with that?
With the tourist guide, right?
Yeah.
From the experience from the first day until today, I only can put the word difficult.
Difficult.
Difficult. Because
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge. It is a challenge because, okay, number one, the original perception for a tourist guide is everybody's so used to be inside the excursion bus.
I see.
You'll be sitting in the bus, you'll be
And
just
that's it.
using the mic, you'll be touch and go and doing the sightseeing. Then, of course, today, you see some tourist guide, they also go all the way out to challenge, like they have eco tourist guide and etc. But walking guide in the city, I would say that it's not everyone favorable to be.
Okay.
Especially you talk about 4 to 5 hours. Sometimes could be more, depending on the tourist interest. And you have to walk under the rain, okay? You have to fight with the traffic, okay? And then we have no like specific roads and trail, because sometimes you have to, because of closed roads, because of some festival ongoing, so you have to change your roads and everything. So I would say that the weather and also the sun, the heat, not many, I mean, they do come and participate, a while they go.
I see.
So after you train, and then when you train them, you cannot train them to be like a commercialized, because we cannot demanding like, you must pay me tips.
I see.
Okay? There's no such thing as like
you
promote other products, promote other products to get some incentive. No.
I see.
You have to be like really love this country. You really like the passionate on what you are doing.
Okay.
So otherwise, history, just to memorize some history part, you already kills a person.
Okay, great, great. So, how do you see that this so-called a walk through history as a great contributor to the Malaysia's tour guide services and importantly, the Malaysia's tourism industry in general?
The walk through history.
Yeah.
Okay, when we have this walk through history, is the idea is also we want to put to make people change their mindset. History is so lovely. History can be very lively, but who can make this thing to be lively? Is you, tourist guide.
Okay.
So you have to follow a guided tour.
And then, upon that, on the contribution to the general tourism industry, how do you see the impact will go? Or do you see the impact right now is happening? Or you feel like in few years' time, then definitely it will bring something, upon the activities for tourists to come?
Definitely now, from the day 1, 2010 until today, from the zero guests until today, I would say approximately we have about, say, 20 people are coming, in the different section to join this walk. And then I can foresee that it's going to be a number of increase, because I also can see that the government now, especially in DBKL, their efforts, they are trying to beautify and make it the pedestrian even more comfortably to walk around in the old part of city.
Okay.
It's for sure it's going to make it, this is going to be like a hit product. It's a very important product. And I can share with you also, today the tourist profile, the tourist trends, nobody will just only on the bus most of the time.
Yeah.
Definitely they want to see in depth.
They're exploring it.
Yes, they're exploring it, and they also want, as I say, interaction.
I would say this is like the evolution of tourism industry, or among the tourists. They just don't want to get to the typical traditional way of handling, of having tourism. And then, on this product, in how many areas have you catered on this part? And let's say let's start with Kuala Lumpur first.
Okay.
Which area or the point of interest do you see on bringing up the history of Kuala Lumpur?
In KL area, right?
In KL area.
As I mentioned, that is still in the central market, in the central market part of area, because I can have a combination of the government, I can have combination of the living heritage.
I see.
So that is making the history alive back again.
Okay.
And I also still have like a oldest temple, the religion areas are all surrounding there. So that's the reason why it make it, interesting.
So it's all by foot.
All by
you
foot.
don't use any transportation.
You can't transportation, because you know why? It's like parking is another challenge, right? Number two. And the
what
traffic
about public
lights.
Transportation?
Public transportation, we do collaborate. At this moment, we use like Putra Line from Pasar Seni, go to Kampung Baru. That part we're using the train.
I see.
Yeah.
So you go as far as Kampung Baru as well?
At this moment, yes. For Kuala Lumpur Trail.
Okay. All right. You have in any other cities as well, right?
Yes.
Which we'll discuss it after the break. Stay tuned.
Down beautiful Malaysia, feel the fresh and enjoy the blue skies. The best place to be for you and me, Malaysia, truly Asia. Celebrating one Malaysia, enjoy new experiences. People smiling, sharing, caring, the best place to be.
Welcome back. Well, we're continuing the discussion about Be Tourist and the Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association. And with me, Ms. Arina. Okay, who are your target market for this Be Tourist project?
At this moment, it's all foreigners. The reason why when we design the trail is mainly we look into the expectation from the foreigners. So that's why like a history touch and even like a culture experiences, even the food is quite common that we introduce, and it's like a Malaysian way. So I find it, the foreigner, they find it fascinating. But for the Malaysian, maybe it's a little bit, they find it like too, how should I say, it's more like a surface, and because it's a daily their life.
Okay.
So at this moment, it's not suitable. But I do provide different trails, you know, different approach to the Malaysian group. I call it education. It's more on like education, because you really want to know history, not from the point of view as a foreigner, but the point of view as a Malaysian. So the approach is totally different.
And then are you saying that for these local customers that you're dealing with school students or maybe
yes, we do have, I mean,
or something?
Formally, yes, we do have these experiences.
Okay.
But as I say that it all have to be a special request, because all is come under special tailor-made group, not in the normal schedule that we offer. So currently, the normal programs, normal schedule that we offer is mainly for foreigners.
I see. And then for the foreigners, in which part? Are they like Westerners or from the Middle East or Asian countries or what?
If I tell you, it's going to be amazed. It's really all over the world.
Really?
And yes, and some country which I never know also, seriously.
For
which I
instance?
never thought that I'm Central America.
Wow.
Yeah, yes. And then Eastern European are coming up a lot. Originally, I thought was like we have this language barrier.
Okay.
But surprisingly, they was telling me, Irina, you have no worry because we learn English.
Great.
So we can communicate. So you don't need to worry to learn about their languages. So long you speak English, I can understand you. I join your war. But if you, in terms of the number of tourists from the past, Australian, UK, definitely they are the large numbers.
Okay.
But this year I can see the American returns, and also the Canadian, and coming up the Eastern European. But all these are youngsters. Average age around 30.
All right. And they are among in which group of tourists?
Thoughtful travelers. You see, these are the travelers. They definitely they're professional. So that's why they show the interest to your culture, and they want to know how this country to be developed.
Okay.
And most of them, different type of professional, from IT to the manufacturing, and then to oil and gas, and also to medical, all kinds of professionals.
Okay. All right. Coming back to previously, I did ask you that the program or the product that you're doing right now is more like a walking heritage or walking museum. But on the other perspective, that museum provides all this information about the history of the country and all those things. So how do you provide services as of you bring them to the museum as well, or it's more like on the exterior part?
Okay, for the museum, I leave it the museum. Because usually museum, you already have a good write-ups, and then you have some things to show them. And also some museum, they already have their museum guide.
Okay.
So we will be touching more on living things.
All right. So that is actually after hours of your service.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And then, okay, Malaysia Heritage Through Walk is actually the signature product of yours. So do you venture into any other products or planning towards that?
Yes. Currently, this Malaysia Heritage Walk not only in Kuala Lumpur, we already done in Malacca, okay, and Taiping as well. But all this is special request. I can't do as daily activity. Only the KL I do it daily activity.
Okay.
The rest is all come by special request. And also we go into homestay program. So we actually, the homestay, it's not really like, I mean, I know that Ministry of Tourism, they have many homestay program too. But these are the homestay concept. We're trying to bring the tourists is the non-touristic place. So which means it's like we bring them in to really stay with the local people, and we let them really experience their daily life. So in other words, it's like we are not trying to make up the things for them to experience. So for example, if you are the rubber tapper, you have to go to rubber plantation every day.
All right.
So they will go in with you together. not because of you are tourists, I want to show you. And I give you an example, like some of them, because I want to promote Malayu culture.
Yeah.
You say, that's why I bring them. You say, if you want to learn about real Malayu culture, you have to go to the homestay. But the program that we design, we have to make sure that it's a daily.
All right.
So for example, like they have playing silat. So when they play silat, like for example, we told our guests, we are not going to, because of you coming to visit, the kids going to play silat for you. No, no,
I
no,
see.
no. We only will show you, you see, from Sunday to the next Saturday, okay, the
Okay.
whole week program.
Yeah.
So if every Wednesday is their silat practice, this is their real life, right?
All right.
So
So
you
you
happen to be on Wednesday,
Okay.
then you will witness the silat. But sorry, if you come on the Thursday, then I don't have silat. So
Yeah.
I have something else to show you. So in other words, we give them the concept is what is called the real life.
Yeah.
Not because I received some
It's not like
complaints.
tailored for
yes,
your
yes,
suiting
exactly.
to your program.
Example, you come in a school holiday. That's
Yeah.
why I like to promote, during the school holiday for homestay,
Mm-hmm.
because you can witness the real wedding.
All right.
Yeah, and also fruit season. So if they come on the fruit season, then the highlight we will tell them, okay, if you go to Kampong right now, the village right now, you will see lots of fruits. But these are not like we buy for you. It's
Okay.
really specially you collected from the trees. So
Alright.
this is how we, and also we accommodate a little bit on, example, like if they want like jungle trekking. Okay, so
Okay.
we will select the kampong who has nature guide. The kampong itself, the kampong people, the local village, they themselves are already they are the nature guide.
How about the communication? Will that be a problem for them to communicate using the medium of English?
Okay, I don't promote every villages. I only
Okay.
promote the village. So far, it's only 2 villages that I promote because it took me 2 years to train them.
I see.
This is our own initiative,
And
just
they're
to train
actually
them.
outside
Yes,
in the suburban area.
yes,
of KL.
correct.
Of course, it's the village. In
it's
which area is that?
It's actually at Taiping.
I see.
At the Taiping area there.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened is like they are a group of I would say a very nice youth. They are all youth,
Mhm.
and I can see they are very proactive in the sense that they're willing to learn,
Okay.
and then they love their village, of course, and they want to sustain their culture. So that's why I came in and to assist them, to train them like English, and also help them to how to programming, how to do the good programs, and then that's where we start sending the couples, and then we choose the tourists. We
Okay.
cannot be sending everyone to in because we have to make sure the tourists really can adapt themselves, accept and adapt.
All
See,
right.
accept and adapt. That is another difficult or another challenge. So when we do the interview, we have to interview the tourists. You see, sometimes when we sell the program, we cannot be like, okay, this is good, so we just sell. No. That's not the right way.
All right.
And then ended up, you will make it another mess, and you will encounter a lot of problem.
Mm-hmm.
If we understand the tourist profile is not like they accept challenge, they really enjoy local things, they are explorer, then sorry, we can't send them.
Okay. So I will say that the interview will come like a day before, or is actually during the time, and then in the morning, and then in the afternoon they will go for the package
no,
or something.
when they do the inquiry. When they do the inquiry, we will start like, we will ask a few questions first.
Okay.
Like, you belongs to what type of tourist? Okay, what is your
Alright.
expectation like? Things like that. And then from there, we will judge, and then we have to correspondence a few times
So how
before
is
we
it-
close the deals.
How is it so far? Is that working?
Yeah, it's working very
Great.
well. At least when you send them there, you receive no complaints. But we cannot do as a large, quantity.
Okay.
Okay, we can't. Because you see, tourism is supposed to be control capacity, because we talk about sustainable.
Okay.
Okay, so the capacity is always I highlighted. You cannot be thinking of money making.
Yeah,
so
it's not so much of a commercialized
Yes.
aspect.
Yes,
All
and
right.
also when I inform the villagers, I make them understand that. Actually, I make them feel proud. I make them feel proud of who you are and what sort of products you have for
Alright.
yourself now.
Do you have a return tourist?
Yes, of course. And also now it's by word of mouth. So
Alright.
if they don't come back, then they will tell the friend, when you come to Kuala Lumpur, when you come to Malaysia, please look for B tourists.
Okay, all right. Okay, see, I think that we have discussed quite very much in depth about the B tourist and the product Malaysia heritage through walk and potential of others under Be Tourist. So now let's talk about the Malaysian Women Tourism Guide Association. You say that it was formed before the Be Tourist, which was in 2007.
Yes.
And then, okay, and the role of yours as the president of that. So how do you see on the women's involvement through tour guides or any other perspective that make you, initiate that Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association?
If you look at the population right now, the gender is almost equal, right? The man population and the female. So that's where we see the needs that women coming to involve in the tourism industry. And I always feel that because my first job as a tourist guide until today,
okay,
right after school, I never changed my job, okay? So I was thinking this is a good profession. So if more women's coming in to actually participate, to be a tourist guide is good, because you see, when you look at tourist guide, this profession, not necessarily you must just only overland. You can be a specialization. So when we form this Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association, we look into two prospects. One is, of course, we wish that the welfare are being well taken care of, okay? And number two, we wish that women tourist guide, we can train them into different type of specialization. So when you, let's say you have a family to look after, maybe you look into the job, which is half a day, or a daily that you can return to your house. Or you, if you are an explorer or you are like outgoing like myself and you really love Malaysia, then you can do like an outstation work. But the problem is, that is also the reason why later on we want to form a Be Tourist. I cannot say there's no connection at all. It do have. Because when we think that we need a platform, we need the platform to create more job opportunities. So we cannot just depending on like other travel agents or any tour operators, their prospects is different approach. Okay. Our prospect is we wish that this Be Tourist one day it become a good platform to create lots of job opportunity to help back the tourist guide, the female tourist guide.
So how many members do you have under this association?
We have about 200 members. It's still very little because, as I say, we are very young. And number two, also to get a good team, to get a good team to, you see, whatever you do, you need a good team. See, so finding a right personnel to do the right thing is also a challenge. But as I say, as a founder of this Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association and as a president, I shouldn't give up.
Of course.
So when you shouldn't give up, you have to be innovative. You have to be keep thinking that how to create, a good platform or next steps to bring these women. So I cannot say that right now we are very successful, okay? But as I say that we cannot give up. So things have to need to go on.
All right. Yeah. And then you were saying that, those are the challenge of finding the right people. So do you tailor-made programs for them, or how do you channel them through? Because after all, that members will always become members. So how do you channel them through to any programs or any specific plannings of yours into upbringing this Malaysian Women Tourist Guide?
Okay, we have this called also the requirement by the Ministry of Tourism that they have to attend the continual tourism related education. Okay. So at this moment, we are using this platform. So we kind of like, for Malaysian Women Tourist Guide Association, when we conduct courses training like this, I think we are a little bit different from others. So we try to impose different type of challenges to the tourist guide when they're attending to the courses. And also, I cannot say we receive a very good feedback. As I say, everybody like comfort zone.
Of course.
When I can have an easy way, why should I go to the tough way? So I only can say that is, as I say, no give up. You have to keep going until a day people mindset they're willing to change and they accept and they adapt the new way. So we have been doing this for a number of years. So we keep like bringing our tourist guides to outstation. Not just only, you Kuala Lumpur, you just know Kuala Lumpur. So we keep going outstation. Like incoming, we are going to Sarawak. It's going to be 30 of them. Okay, they're going to Sarawak. It doesn't mean that they go Sarawak to do a guiding job in Sarawak. But we want them to understand, if you know your country, you know your cities well, indirectly you're helping one another. While you're doing a commentary, you still can promote like Sarawak. You can talk about Sarawakian culture. You create the interest of the tourists. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Apart from the ventures with the collaboration with the tourism ministry, do you deal with other affiliates as well?
At this moment, I think no. So
Okay, just
mainly,
Tourism Malaysia.
just Tourism Malaysia, yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we do have an approach from other magazines and also like other TV channel. I mean, currently, I think last year we receiving this the biggest classroom in the world by the Ministry of Education Thailand. They sponsored a TV channel, so they came to Kuala Lumpur. They do our shooting on this walking through history. So they were bringing back this idea to tell the teachers, to tell the Thailand teachers how you should, you know, innovative way, you know, to educate the Thai students. This is one, and we do approached by some international school, and but at this moment we don't really doing like large scales. So we are very selective and carefully on the target audience.
I see.
Because as I say, it's not easy to create a branding. So you cannot be just like, you know your own principle and just do whatever. When people approach you, you're just doing it. So we are quite careful of that.
Yeah, so you, as you were saying that you've been in the industry since the beginning of your career world, and then up until now you are the tourist guide, women tourist guide. So what's your last message for this tourist guide in Malaysia, especially to women, and then any last words of yours?
Don't be afraid, you know, don't be afraid that the industry current practice, okay? The success will only come into when you're willing to change yourself. The success will come to you. And you got to have a very strong mind. It doesn't matter about the gender. It doesn't matter about whether you are women or not, see, or whether you are men. But the most importantly is you have to love of what you are doing, and you got to be passionate. Because the greatest challenges of every of us right now in every industry is, where is your passion? So this is become like an obstacle to me. Obstacles is like I cannot produce good tourist guide because of without passion.
Okay, wow. Well, that was the great information that you give and the discussion that we have shared. Then I must congratulate you, Ms. Arina Lu, on whatever on the thing that you did, and then on the obstacles that you have faced, and the challenge that you faced in upbringing this women tourist guide. And I will say that this Malaysia Heritage Through Walk is actually one of the most prominent product of yours, and I will say it will be one of the most prominent products for Tourism Malaysia in general. So yeah, I will say that congratulations for that, and then keep on doing it, and I wish you a very successful years to come. And then yeah, I'm Nick Faiz signing off, and see you for the next episode.